As warmer weather sets in, that also means the beginning of boating season.
News 13's Lauren Brigman joins us live from Lake Julian. And Lauren, what's happening this weekend?
Holly, this weekend is the kickoff for boating season nationwide, and it's National Safe Boating Week. I'm joined by Shawn Martin. He's Master Officer for the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission. You're giving us some tips on really what you need to have on your boat before you head to the lake this weekend, right?
We are. Again, it kicks off the National Safe Boating Week tomorrow nationwide, so a safe boating season starts at home. Before you ever get your boat to the water, you want to go through and make sure everything's good. It's been sitting all winter long usually for people, so get on the boat and prepare it. Make sure your lights work on the boat if you're going to be navigating at night. Make sure your fire extinguisher's still good. What will happen is a lot of times insects will build nests inside the nozzle of the fire extinguisher, so make sure it's clear, make sure the gauge is still good on it, and make sure it's Coast Guard approved so that you, for use on water.
Okay. And what we're wearing this morning, we need to always have a life jacket.
Yeah, always have your life jacket, and we recommend that you always wear it when you're on the water for safety reasons. So if you fall overboard, you have that extra buoyancy to keep you afloat. On your life jackets, you have several different types. This is the type we normally see, the normal flotation device, got the flotation built into it. Make sure that it's the proper size for an adult, if you're an adult wearing it. And if you have children on board, make sure you have a child size. There's a big difference. We see a lot of people that'll put a child in an adult size life jacket. So if they fall overboard, the child will actually come out of the life jacket, and the life jacket floats and the child doesn't. So make sure it's Coast Guard approved, just like the fire extinguisher, and of the proper size and fit. The ones that we have on are inflatable. These
so
life
when you
jackets,
hit the water,
yeah, so when you hit the water, they have an air canister, a CO2 canister in them. So when you hit the water, they automatically inflate and bring you back to the surface. These life jackets have to be worn to count as a PFD on the vessel, and they have to be 16 years or older for them to be legal.
Wow, so lots of information to cover. Of course, life jackets, fire extinguisher, knowing the lights to use if you're heading out at night, some important tips to keep in mind. We're talking with Shawn throughout the 6 o'clock hour as well, with more tips on what you need to be doing now to prepare as boating season kicks off. Reporting live at Lake Julian this morning, I'm Lauren Brigman, News 13.
This weekend is the official kickoff to boating season.
News 13's Lauren Brigman joins us live now from Lake Julian. And Lauren, boating season kickoff also means the start of a national safety campaign.
That's right, Jay. It's National Safe Boating Week. It kicks off along with the start of boating season nationwide. So a lot of people are heading out to the lake this weekend. We're talking with Wildlife Officer, Master Officer Shawn Martin this morning. Of course, we touched on life jackets. You, of course, need one of these before you head out on the water. It's the law, in fact, but also you need to have the proper education before you get behind the wheel of a boat. You
do. It's a good idea to, even if you're an experienced boater, to take a refresher course. We teach boating safety courses in every county in the state. Our officers do, and it's required for some people to even operate a boat. If a person's under 26 years of age and they're operating a boat with 10 or less than 10, greater than 10 horsepower, they have to have a boater education course in North Carolina. For people wanting to operate a jet ski, if they're between the ages of 14 and 16, they have to have that course to operate it by themselves, and of course to operate it from 14 to 26, they'd have to have it as well. And no one under 14 can operate a jet ski.
Okay, so it's good to always check into this before, if you own a boat or if you're going with someone, make sure they are educated as well. Talk a little bit about, of course, there are tragedies that happen out on the water, and we've already had some here in North Carolina this year. We have.
Last year we had 27 fatalities, boating fatalities, statewide. This year we're just now kicking off the boating season, and we've already had 9.
That's a lot for it only being May.
Right, and we haven't even got to the official boating season yet.
Right, so quickly, just some tips for people heading out on the water this weekend, things to keep in mind.
Again, prepare your safety equipment, be safe and responsible when you head out on the boat.
All right, of course, those life jackets, #1, make sure you have a life jacket when you're on a boat anytime. Reporting live at Lake Julian this morning, Lauren Brigman, News 13.
Warmer weather means it is also the beginning of boating season.
News 13's Lauren Brigman joins us live from Lake Julian. And Lauren, this weekend is also the kickoff of a national safety campaign.
It is, Holly. It's the kickoff to National Safe Boating Week. So many people ahead of Memorial Day approaching are hitting the water. We're talking with Shawn Martin. He's with the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission. Shawn, tell us before you get on the boat, you need to have life jackets for everyone that's going to be on that boat, correct?
That's right. Everybody that's on the boat needs a life jacket of the proper size and fit. Make sure it's Coast Guard approved. And if you have any children on board that are under age 13, they're required by law to actually wear it.
So there's specific life jackets. Right here we have one to show. You need to make sure that fits your child.
Yes.
Okay, and so, you know, boating education is important too before you hit the water. What goes into that?
It's in North Carolina. It's a 6-hour class that our officers teach over 2 days. You can sign up for it on our website, ncwildlife.org. And it teaches all the safety equipment that's required for the boat, navigational rules, what lights are required on your boat for navigation at night. And it's just a good idea in general to take whether you've had boating experience or not.
And of course, a lot of people do consume alcohol while they are out on a boat, but talk about the safe practices, really.
You know, it's acceptable to, you know, for people to enjoy if they like alcohol on the boat, but make sure, just like on the road, you have a safe, responsible, sober driver.
Okay, and what do the fines look like for something if you're caught doing something you shouldn't be?
Yeah, it's they can range anywhere from you know, a $35 fine plus court costs all the way to jail time.
So very important repercussions, and it's important to be safe out on the water, no matter what lake you're headed to this weekend or anytime.
Right. Yeah, that's our #1 priority, to make sure everybody is safe and responsible on the water so that they have a great experience.
Thanks so much, Shawn. And of course, we'll post that link for boating education courses on our website as well. You can log on to WLOS.com to learn more. Reporting live at Lake Julian this morning, Lauren Brigman, News 13.
This weekend is the official kickoff of boating season.
News 13's Lauren Brigman joins us live from Lake Julian. And Lauren, the season also means the beginning of a national safety campaign.
It does, Holly. It's the kickoff also to National Safe Boating Week. So we're joined by Shawn Martin. He's Master Officer for the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission. He's giving us some tips, what you need to know before you head out on the water this weekend. Good morning, Shawn.
Good morning.
We've talked a little bit about life jackets. How important are these, really?
They're very important. Even though you can swim an adult, they still need 6 to 8 pounds of extra buoyancy to stay afloat. So they're very important to have on all the time when you're in and around the water.
And everyone who is on a boat, you need to have a life jacket for each and every person. Definitely children under 13, right?
Under 13, they need it. It's actually by law they have to wear it at all times, but it's recommended that they wear it anyway, even though they're over 13.
And we have some examples here up front. Of course, there are child safety vests. You need to make sure you have the right size.
Yeah, if it's not the right size, the child can actually fall out of it, and the life jacket's going to do what it's designed to do, which is float, and the child may not.
And talk a little bit about the boating education courses. You need to make sure that whoever is driving that boat has the proper education.
Yeah, they need to know the rules of the road per se for boating, because there is no lines on the water, so they need to know who has the right of way and all the safety aspects for boating.
Tell us a little bit about the lights. You were telling me earlier that the lights indicate a lot, really.
They do. All the boats should be set up the same, with green on the right side of the boat, red on the left side, and all around white light in the rear, so that at night you can tell which way a boat's coming. If you're approaching a boat from the rear, or the boat's coming head on to you, so you know how to avoid it.
Definitely some important tips to keep in mind. We have that link for the boating education courses on our website at WLOS.com. Shawn's going to take us out and show me around Lake Julian here. We're going to get a little tour this morning, but of course, a lot of important reminders as you're hitting the lake this weekend, what you need to do and what do you need to have before you set out on the water. Reporting live at Lake Julian this morning, I'm Lauren Brigman, News 13.